Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the finals of Health Tech Challengers. My name is Katarzyna Krupa, and I will be guiding you through this intense yet very exciting day of the competition. This year, we received hundreds of applications. Our expert jury voted and selected top 80 finalists. And you will meet them all today as they will perform on the stage and show you the ideas they hope to revolutionize the tech world, the health tech world. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start, let me remind you the rules of the competition. Each contestant will have 3 minutes for the presentation. After those 3 minutes, jury will have additional 2 minutes to ask questions. I will interrupt each contestant after the time is finished, so please keep in mind that this is the rule. We really stick to it. Jury, I would like to remind you the 6 benchmarks I would like you to keep in mind while you will be watching the pitch. First is, of course, the problem, then the product, service, go-to-market strategy, progress, traction, team, and of course, financing. I hope our contestant as well as our jury members are ready. So without further ado, let's start the first track of the day, gender-specific health. Ladies and gentlemen, this year we are breaking a record with our jury members. So instead of subjecting you to the marathon of name listing, and trust me, it was a really tongue twister, we thought it would be much easier to let our jury members introduce themselves while they will be ready to ask questions. So I kindly ask you, dear members of the jury, to introduce yourself before asking questions, and you can just raise your hand and my colleagues will help you with the mic. So it will be much easier when you raise your hand a little bit earlier, so they have time to give the microphone to you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know that the first contestant is ready. She's here with us, a little bit nervous, as all contestants always are, so I would like you to give them your support by huge applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ria Shah, founder and president of Fetal Life. Hello, Ria. Welcome to the stage, and I wish you best of luck.
Thank you so much. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ria Shah. I'm the founder and president of Fetal Life. Fetal Life is a pregnancy medical device company based in the United States. So our vision is to help improve maternal and fetal health outcomes worldwide, and we aim to do so by reducing access to care issues, reducing healthcare costs, and improving the pregnancy outcomes. So I was inspired to begin Fetal Life after learning about the emotional and financial burdens that my mother faced when she was pregnant with me, but she's not the only one. Around the world, over 32 million reproductive-age women struggle with access to care issues and lack of resources, and 94% of pregnancy-related deaths occur in areas that face a lack of resource concern. Also, over 24 million pregnancies worldwide are high risk, showing a need for at-home pregnancy monitoring. Fetal Life has developed groundbreaking innovations to help support the improvement of pregnancy outcomes. And let me introduce you to our 3 main products. First up, we have the My Contractions device, which is an at-home uterine contraction monitoring device. It measures the frequency and duration of uterine contractions, transmits this data wirelessly to our app, and allows for users to remotely share their contraction information with their physician. Next up, we have our My Fetaltronics device, which allows for contraction information and fetal heart rate information to simultaneously be monitored and wirelessly shared to our paired app, and then transmitted to a physician from a remote standpoint. This is a billable event and helps for remote care for labor readiness. We also have the Mommy Care platform, which identifies high-risk pregnancies through our AI/ML algorithm that we've developed and pairs it with FDA-approved devices, our clinically approved care plans, and our nurse monitoring platform to give high-risk pregnancies care from the first to the last trimester of pregnancy. So our go-to-market strategy involves targeting payers, providers, government organizations, and nonprofit organizations. And so far, Fetal Life has achieved many important milestones throughout its journey. With the Mommy Care platform, we've already served over 300 women. We have partnerships signed in Uganda and in India. With the My Fetaltronics device, we are going through the FDA compliance journey and already passed biocompatibility testing successfully. And with the My Contractions device, we are currently we have been clinically approved, and we are ready for market with that, and the device is patented. We have also been granted grants from the National Institute of Health and the state of Kentucky, where we are based out of, and we've also been selected as a finalist for various other Health Tech Challenge competitions. Our financing includes having raised $3 million through a series of investors and grant money. And also we have a team passionate about helping improve maternal health who are industry healthcare experts. We are Fetal Life. Join us in reshaping the future of prenatal care. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ria, for your presentation. Now it's time for questions. Yes, we have.
I have the mic.
Here.
Yep, Dominic Henderson, HSBC Innovation Banking. Over here, Ria, in the back.
On the right side.
Thank you for your presentation. Enjoyed it quite a bit. I was wondering if you could double-click a little bit more around your go-to-market. In particular, if you have any plans for Europe and the UK, I like what you've put together. It'd be really interesting to see, I think, an NHS kind of logo somewhere in your slide. So if you can tell us a little bit more about that, it'd be helpful.
Yeah, so with our go-to-market, we definitely want to expand into Europe. We're not there yet, but we're incredibly open. That's a goal of ours. And currently with our go-to-market, as I mentioned, we're targeting payers, providers, government organizations, and nonprofits. So with the US, we are looking into how we can work with Medicaid to expand in that way. We are also partnered with an organization in Uganda to help displaced tribes get the pregnancy care that they need. And we're also partnered with a hospital in India.
Thank you. We have a second question.
Hi, Ritesh Patel here.
On the left.
Fin Partners. How are you? The question I have is more around implementation. It sounds like this is all home-based stuff. How do you get into the homes, and how do you train the people to make it, people don't even know how to use their Wi-Fi sometimes.
Yeah, so, with underprivileged areas or underserved communities, what we do is we have Bluetooth, so the data is wirelessly transmitted, and then we can also provide smartphones or products with cellular data connections, so we can help in that way. And what was the other part of your question? I'm sorry?
Purely around implementation. How do you get it into the home and get it set up?
Yeah, so we want to target providers. Our My Fetaltronics device, we're going down the FDA route. So once we, hopefully by early 2024, we can get that FDA approval, and then we can have providers distribute these devices to their patients. We're not here to replace hospital devices, but just have these devices in patients' homes so they can monitor their contractions and their health vitals.
And last question, very briefly, if I may ask. Yes?
I have a microphone, so I took the floor. Terje Petso is my name, from Estonia. Is it a single-use product, or it can be recycled and reused many times?
Yeah, so we prefer a rental model. We're open to the buy model as well. However, because pregnancy is a limited duration, we do want to recycle our products if possible. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. It's my role. I don't like this role to interrupt the contestant, but I have this special device in my ear, and when I don't stop, they scream very loud. So sorry for that. Thank you, Ria, for your presentation. It was excellent. Thank you, jury, for your questions.
Thank you so much.
Of course, we start the timing after the first question is finished, so no worries. We have full 2 minutes for answering questions. Ladies and gentlemen, it was the first presentation. Now it's a time for a second one. Please welcome Nimrod Leaf, CEO and Gene Tools. Hello. The stage is yours. You have 3 minutes. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Gain Tools, an Israeli startup, is dealing with a literally burning problem, misdiagnosis of vaginitis. We're doing so with AI-based point-of-care system, accurate, rapid. We have a CE mark, we have a AMAR registration mark, we have strong IP, we have potential of $9 billion or euros market, and we already started seeing commercial traction from sales in Europe. Vaginitis is a very common problem among women. However, it is misdiagnosed in 50% of first clinic visits, causing pain and continuous suffering to patients and a huge burden to payers. We solved it with a family of point-of-care systems, starting with Genie for Clinics. And we published recently in Nature Digital Journal a research showing that the accuracy of Genie is much higher than current practice. The benefits of Genie are clear. This is the only tool that allows testing all 7 conditions of vaginitis within 5 minutes in a cost-effective manner and by a non-professional or a non-expert caregiver. Genie already have CE mark and AMAR registration, and we're working to get South Korean regulation done and FDA clearance. Our go-to-market strategy is following regulation. Where we got the regulation, we are. So we started sales already in 5 countries here in Europe and in Israel. We're working to do so in South Korea and then America. You can get some impression from the map. These are our areas of activity, including Singapore, Israel, and mostly in Europe. We achieved all this with a skilled, dedicated, seasoned team. I'm a part of it, and you can have the impression and the distinguished advisory board. The go-to-market strategy is clear. We are addressing a 9 billion euros market with sales or direct sales to dealers who sells to gynecology clinics, and everybody along the supply chain make some benefits. We already raised 3 million euros and carried it till now, and we are now raising 5 million euros to continue our operations, expecting balancing within 30 months. To conclude, we offer a good, fantastic solution. We're looking for investors and strategic partners. Welcome you to see our booth.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Big applause for Nimrod for the presentation. No worries, you have 2 additional minutes for answering questions. Do we have the first one? Who's got the mic? Oh, here, and the first and second row, please.
Hi, I'm Ruth, an investor at Mercia Ventures. Interested in learning a bit more about the solution. So you described that it is IP rich, but easy to use by non-specialized people. Could you expand as much as you can on the basis of the technology?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sorry. What is the basis of the technology?
Yeah. Okay, so we collected under a clinical trial thousands of images, microscopy images, taken by our unit. We classified it and put it in a database. We're using machine learning to analyze the data. However, the fundamentals are light microscopy. Okay, when you see an expert working, they take a vaginal discharge, smear it on 2 slides, and most of the work is done in a microscope. We're imitating this. The scanner is an automated microscope. The brain of physicians is our black box, the algorithm that stays on the cloud together with the unique database, and all together gives a very accurate answer, 90% and higher, comparing to 50%.
Yes, we have here.
Hi, thank you. Philip, investment advisor to the EIC fund. I'm not sure if I fully understood it, but it's not one product. It's a different, let's say, type of products. So what I'm curious about, how do you ensure a smooth distribution? Because it seems to be quite, let's say, tough to distribute and sell those products to different type of, let's say, clients.
Okay,
Thank you.
so let's concentrate as we do. We're focusing on the first product. Okay, we patented the others, but we didn't develop it yet. We are commercializing now Genie for clinics through local distributors and dealers. So in each country, including Poland, our dealer is sitting in the we're selling through local dealers who knows the market, who knows their customers, who know the clinics, and they do the sales of scanner to the clinic. Then they sell the consumables according to the consumption, the real consumption in each clinic.
Thank you very much, Nimrod, for answering questions. Thank you for asking questions, dear jury members.
And we have a booth. Please visit me there. Thank you.
You can, of course, get together in the hall and the second conference room. There is a whole day in front of you for discussions, so I encourage you to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we have only 2 minutes for those questions, so please keep in mind that maybe, okay, of course, we are starting the clock after the first question, but then we do not stop the clock while you're asking the second and the third one, so please keep in mind to ask those questions very briefly. Now it's time for third contestant. Please welcome Sharon Handelman, Gottlieb CEO and co-founder at Sheila Health. Hello. Welcome. I wish you best of luck. 3 minutes starts now.
Thank you. And I'm happy to be here, very excited. I'm Sharon Handelman Gottlieb, co-founder and CEO of Sheila Health. Giving birth is one of the most magical moments of a person's life, simply magical. But is it a simple journey? Not really. 1 out of each 4 pregnancies entails a very serious pregnancy complication. That's 25% of complication. That's a huge number. And the numbers are staggering not only because of that, it's because the fact that we haven't been able in the last 20 years to decrease those numbers. On the contrary, they're just increasing. And not only that they provide a very serious health challenge, but it also provides a huge financial burden. It's a 22B market share, only for direct complication. And that's where we come in. Sheila provides a very fresh paradigm. We not only provide a new standard of care for maternal health, but we also provide the ability to reduce the pregnancy complications, so reducing the agony, the stress involved with pregnancy, and beyond that, and we're able to financially reduce the economic burden, provide better health outcomes and better health equity. Our game changer approach not only lays the ability to have the prediction as early as week 12 of gestation, meaning when the size of the fetus is the size of a plum, we're also going to provide the precision-based solutions for each woman based on her unique biological profile. Early identification, higher accuracy levels, and so on. How do we do the magic? We take, first of all, the clinical data, mesh it in with multi-omics biological parameters, attributes based on microbiome, based on proteomic, metabolomic, combine those and have a risk score provided for her clinical team, and by that, leading the journey of intervention in the right way. For that, we have the most outstanding team. Each one of the team that you see, the people on the team here, are considered top global experts from microbiome field, from multi-omics, from the clinical standpoint, etc. And we don't come empty-handed. We have a very large data set you can see here, above 30,000 biomarkers, a huge data set, proven clinical studies, modules that all are already out there and working. We have publications and the support of very well-esteemed partners. our go-to-market strategy is focusing on having where we can find the money directly near term and then to continue on. We welcome you to join us on our journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Big applause. Are there any questions to Sharon? Yes, we have here in the first row.
Michael Hübner, Sana Kliniken AG. So I'm from Germany, and for us to get innovation into our healthcare system, reimbursement is always important. Have you thought of ways of reimbursement for the different healthcare systems already?
Of course, we have. Primarily, we're focused on the U.S. market, but now looking very extensively into the European market because our data set is based on European data, and we know that that is pretty easily, we have the ability to easily access and penetrate the market. So we look at that on a country-by-country basis, and hopefully we'll start doing that in the first European countries, yes.
Could you please pass? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Guy from Amazon Web Services.
Hi.
Can you give me an example of what kind of intervention could happen once you have some sort of indication from the diagnostic tools that you're developing?
Sure. So I'll give you the example of what exists today and the difference in what we can provide. So even if sometimes it's easy as just looking at a woman coming in from a clinician standpoint to realize that there's a risk. But the standard of care today is a cookie cutter. One size fits all. And each one for preeclampsia, for example, gets the same routine. There are other ways. And the same routine today provides adherence of around 20%, which makes it just basically indifferent. Whatever the outcome will be the same, and the risk associated to that remains. Based on our solution, we'll be able to provide the accurate medication, the ability to provide profile design nutrition to support, and also digital intervention based on her behavioral profile. So that is the kind of intervention. The medication, the nutrition, the signals, is it a daily reminder? Is it a weekly? Do you like to have a person with you, community, getting pairs together? We have the variety.
So it's much more holistic.
Absolutely. We take it holistically, not only in one pregnancy complication and not only one technology. That's why we have the multi-omics. We see it holistically. Sheila Health brings in health pathway, not medication, not care, not nutrition, but all of that together.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I am afraid we have no time left. Thank you very much.
I'm happy to address any question.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are still two contestants waiting to hit the stage and present you their ideas. So please welcome Miriam Santer, co-founder and COO, The Blood. Hello, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. My name is Miriam. I'm one of the founders of The Blood. My co-founder, Isabel, and I have a very own personal health journey with, a long story in the diagnostic space. With ovarian tumors and endometriosis, we really know how long it can take to get the real diagnosis that you need as a woman. And we're not alone. Women are on average diagnosed 4 years later than men on various different diseases. And the reason why we have that is we're still in a dysfunctional healthcare system. And probably a lot of you know, but there is this so-called gender data gap, where we still have a huge lack of data, especially on women's health. So what we do now, we test menstrual blood, a source that is available to women on a very regular basis. And it's very unique because menstrual blood is very complex. We have cells, we have tissue, we have the regular blood serum, we have proteins, we have bacteria. So it's kind of tricky in the lab analytic process, but it's also so highly interesting in testing. And it's a non-invasive method, so we don't need a clinical infrastructure to take the sample. How we do it now, this is our first prototype. It's an at-home test kit for women where they can collect their menstrual sample at home and ship it to one of our partner laboratories. They then get a personalized health report through one of our apps. And we see there's various use cases for testing menstrual blood, right? Starting from vitamins and hormones, we can go really deep into the diagnostic space. We can speak to women with fertility issues or maybe even detect early menopause. We've now run the first clinical study that is completed, and we put a prototype to market. We've achieved over 80,000 euros of revenue in just a month, and I think we can prove that women are really happy to use a product and to make something useful with their menstrual blood sample. So where do we go now? We're now going into further clinical studies. It's going to be an IVD device. As you know, it's a longer process, but we're fully committed to get it done very quickly. And on the side, we're always investing more into research in the diagnostic space and the detection of new biomarkers. We're now raising our seed round. We've successfully closed a pre-seed round last year, where we started to go into the clinical studies. And we're now happy to speak with either health tech investors, but also business angels, or whoever wants to support our mission. I'm supported by my co-founder, Isabel, but also by our lead scientist, Dr. Whitbread, who is an expert in the menstrual blood testing field. We also have a great advisory board and a lot of expertise from the laboratory side. So if you want, come speak with us. We also have a booth. And yeah, let's close the gender data gap together. Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. Now it's time for your questions. Please handle the microphone, and there will be next one in the second row. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Miriam. Ruth from Mercy Ventures. How validated are the biomarkers that you're looking at for the disease areas of interest, say endometriosis or whatever it might be?
So there's not that much research out there that we can rely on. So the first proof of concept we did is to prove that we can test menstrual blood with already existing biomarkers. And then we went for vitamins and hormones and compared a regular blood sample with menstrual blood samples and have shown that there's correlations and we can use it for testing methods. But when we go into new novel biomarker detection, of course, that needs a little bit more research and also more time.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Dina, head of content for Health Europe. My question was also about the clinical proof that you have done, but given that that was asked, maybe you can talk about what happens after people have used your device.
So you get a personalized report through an app. The app is already launched in the App Store on a very high-level version. But we also don't want women to go back into the regular healthcare system. So when they have more questions, and especially in the diagnostics field, we want them to speak to the right expert. So we also started to build a little gynecologist, endocrinologist academy, where we brief physicians and tell them, these are actually the topics that women want to know more of, and these are the pain points that they have. Please, speak with them and consult them. Yeah.
We still have time for one quick question. Everything is clear. Thank you very much, Miriam, for your presentation. Thank you. We had a huge campaign in Poland as women with endometriosis were told in hospital while visiting doctor that, okay, this is life. Life is not easy. It hurts sometimes. So I hope it will soon change, and I keep my fingers crossed for that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the last presentation now. We will welcome on the stage two presenters. Please welcome Ruby Root, CEO and co-founder, and Dave Slocumb, CPTO and co-founder of WUKA. Big applause. Hello, the stage is yours. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you. My name's Dave.
I'm Ruby, and we are the co-founder of WUKA. At the age of 12, I had my first period in Nepal, and my mom told me that I have to go to my aunt's house. I was banished for bleeding. She also gave me her old sari cut into small pieces and told me that they are my menstrual product for the rest of my life. Super sustainable, but they were very uncomfortable. This stigma of period exists worldwide. When I moved to UK in 2010, I found that the supermarket predominantly only carried single-use menstrual product filled with plastic. In fact, annually we consume around 152 billion single-use menstrual product. They are very costly. They create a huge amount of waste. In fact, the plastic will stay for another 500 to 600 years to come. And frankly, they don't work. That's why we created WUKA. In fact, we created the world's first multi-size period underwear that completely replaces the need for disposable pads and tampons. They are super absorbent, can be used from your first period all the way to last period and beyond, so they are great for perimenopause, postpartum, and for incontinence too. They are washable, so they will last you for 2 years. They have got 5 times less carbon footprint than pads and tampons. And with the multi-size underwear, they are 4 times faster sell-out on a retail space.
So since 2018, I think we've missed a slide. Go back one.
Sorry. How do we go back? No, this.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Since 2018, we've had rapid growth. We have just crossed 14 million pounds in revenue, lifetime revenue, and 4.1 million net run rate. We have 37% returning customers, and we've had a lot of firsts in our journey. We were the first period underwear to go into a supermarket in the UK. We're the first brand to get the Queen's Award for sustainability, and we just became a B Corp, a high-scoring B Corp as well. And we're also campaigning as a brand. We just recently challenged the UK government to reduce and remove the tax on period underwear, and we've won. And from 2024, period underwear will be tax-free in the UK. And we'll continue to campaign as our brand in all the territories we operate in. In fact, we're in now 18 countries, in 100 different retail stores and 345 outlets. And we continue to grow.
Yeah.
Next slide. Yeah, that was backwards. So I'll talk a little bit more about customer love. So we have industry low 2% return. So we're selling products online. We're a D2C brand. In fact, we have incredible customer love. And one of the highest things people say about us is our quality. Next slide. We have a great team from FMCG, retail, and beauty behind us. And we're raising 5 million. We're launching our first stealth tech product next year. So we're going to use that money to scale that, our brand awareness, and using our unique multi-size period underwear, our product distribution. So I'd love to hear from you. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. First things first, applause. So are there any questions? Yes, please.
Yeah. Again, Terje Peetso from Tallinn. Just a question. These 37% of the returning customers, was it 37% of all customers or 37% of customers return?
So anybody who buys the underwear, so out of 100% of the people who buy it, 37 come back to buy more, or they will recommend somebody else, or they will buy for their daughters, mothers, those kind of things.
So that 63% will not come back?
Yes. But the loyalty is like that 37% is quite high in the industry of like when you're talking about.
Doesn't look to me high.
So in D2C, it's relatively high. Over 2 years, people purchasing back again at 37%. And it's growing, in fact, about 2% every year with sales.
Yeah.
We have a question here on the left side.
Hi, I'm George from EY. I just wanted to ask, do you have any competition? Because it sounds like, what's the differentiation of your product compared to...
So we're the world's first multi-size period underwear. So if you see period underwear on the market, we were the first in the UK. In fact, one of the first in Europe. Our underwear is multi-size. So a regular product would have to have 11 products on the shelf to cover all body sizes. We just need 2. So our retail distribution is accelerated 4x by having this multi-size product.
And then they can go on a vending machine as well, unmanned. Basically, you token, and then you can get it.
It unlocks new distribution channels that other products cannot reach. Who's asking? There's somebody there?
Here.
The multi-size underwear is patent pending at the moment. So that is basically our go-to-market strategy. But the market is big, If you look at the disposable market, they pretty much dominate at around 99%. So there is room for definitely reusable to come in and have a play.
$52 billion globally spent on menstrual products, currently which less than 1% goes on period underwear, but it's a massively growing space every year.
Yeah, lot in the pipeline. We are a bootstrap business, so with zero funding we reached here. We just want like a little bit boost of funding so that we can go to next level.
We have actually worked with the Welsh rugby team in the UK, English football. Actually has some really great traction there, but part of our next phase is about to grow our brand awareness through channels like sports ambassadors and things like this.
We're happy to chat. We are in the booth as well, so please come and ask any question you've got.
Ruby and Dave, please give them a warm applause. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have just finished the first track of the day. Thank you very much for the all participants, of course, contestants and jury.